Hi, my name is Alexa Alvarez, and today is Wednesday, August 19th, and we are working on Lab 10, which is titled Antibiotic Sensitivity Kirby BAUER Diffusion Test. And what we are essentially doing in this experiment is we are utilizing our staph bacteria or staph epidermidis, and went ahead and I created already our large petri dish. So I used one of the agar tubes that I had left, and we created our dish with the medium in there, growth medium. And on the back, per the instructions, we were to divide it into 3 sections. And essentially what we'll be looking at in this experiment is how antibiotics are going to react with our staph bacteria. So I did, like I said, I got started on this portion. I do already have my pipette and tweezers already sterilizing, and all we have to do currently is we're gonna gather some of the bacteria culture, and we're going to place some in the center of the dish, and after that we have to go ahead and spread it with our sterilized L-shape spreader. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this part. Oh, and we actually have to sterilize our staph. Oh, still smells gross. So we have to gather half of an ml of the culture, and we're gonna put drops. It's asking for 8 drops specifically. So yeah. So you can see, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now okay, so with this we have to spread the broth. Okay, so that looks pretty spread out. So now we're gonna have to let this sit for about an hour. So it is 8:30. So at about 9:30, we're gonna come back and hopefully 9:30, we're gonna come back and double check. We just have to make sure that it all gets absorbed. And using the tweezers, we are going to place our antibiotic discs, each one is labeled, into their corresponding sections. And once we do that, we have to, obviously very secure, make sure that the discs are secured on the agar surface. And these have to sit, we have to let it sit for about 10 minutes with the lid facing up. And after that, we gotta wait and see. So 12-hour incubation period, and we have to observe for growth. So it'll be 9-10 o'clock at night by the time we're able to add these, hopefully. So by tomorrow morning, by tomorrow morning, I will be able to check for growth and see how things are looking. So I will be back. I'll check in and kind of proceed with this step, and we will go from there. See you soon. Hello again. So about 2 hours have passed. I had left off at about 8:30 or so, and I had spread, I guess where we had left off was that I was to spread the epidermis bacteria in this petri dish, and with the L-shaped spreader. And now what we're gonna do, so I did make sure that all of the culture is absorbed on the agar, and I no longer see any drippings or anything like that moving around, so that tells me that it's fully dried or absorbed. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add these antibiotic discs to their corresponding sites. So in order to prevent any cross-contamination, we have to add these pretty carefully, make sure that, one, this sat in alcohol for quite some time, so making sure that this isn't cross-contaminated, and hoping we don't get any other microbes or anything in our petri dish. So we're gonna get started on that part, and we're gonna move forth from there. So each little antibiotic disc is labeled specifically. So this is the gentamicin, we have penicillin, and we have the novobiocin. So we're starting with gentamicin. And it says we have to add a little bit of pressure just so that the discs adhere to the agar. So I'm going to close that. And then now we have penicillin. Okay, and now the novobiocin. Okay, so now that I've placed these in their corresponding side, the instructions say that we have to let these sit for about 10 minutes or so, just to make sure that they adhere well to the agar. And after that, we are going to flip them, and they're going to incubate for about 12 hours. So this will put us to tomorrow morning, and we have to take a look at our dish to determine if we see or be able to identify bacterial growth. And according to the lab, it says that we should see a white film or a covering over the surface of the agar. If we don't notice any changes, then we have to continue incubating for another 12 hours. So I will check back with you tomorrow. So again, today is Wednesday. We're at about 10 o'clock at night, and we will check these in the morning and see how they're looking. And if we don't see any growth, then we'll leave them for another half day and see if we notice anything tomorrow night. So for now, this is where we're gonna leave off, and we'll get back tomorrow. Thank you.